We're 2 weeks into the Peachfit weight loss program called Fat to Jacked. Let's look at my progress, struggles, and results. Starting with workouts. So I'm doing the 3-day beginner workout plan from this program. So let me show you. This was Monday. It's a push day, and these are the exercises that I did. On Tuesday, I just took a walk. And then on Wednesday, I was back at the gym doing these exercises. It was a pull day, and as you can see, there's a lot of rowing. Still struggling with the bent over row because the barbell hits my stomach and I'm not really comfortable with that. On Thursday, I took a walk. Friday was leg day. These are the exercises that I did. Now, last Friday, my leg workout turned into a bit of a mess. It ended on a good note, but it was still a bit messy. This week was way better. I did try the other leg extension machine, and you can see here a comparison between the two. I like the second one better, the gray one. It did not hurt under just above my knee, which the yellow one did. It did hurt. But the other problem, though, is that this second one, the gray one, does not have any functionality to lift up the leg. I don't know what you call it, the thing that you push forward with. And so getting in and out of this machine was quite a struggle. And I'm actually going to show you here what it looked like for me to get in and out of the machine. As you can see, a bit of a struggle. I guess the struggle of being a big person. It was just not easy. Other than that, it went really well. In general, all of these workouts are a lot shorter this week than they were last week. I shaved off about 15 minutes of each workout. So instead of taking 1.5 hours, they now took about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Still too long for me. And I do think I'm leaning quite heavily into switching it up. But I am going to give it 1 more week, so at least 3 weeks on this before changing the program. Let's talk about food. I did try a few more recipes from the weight loss program. This recipe of pancakes, for example, which the pancakes turned out really well. The side dish, or the glaze that was supposed to be added, a yogurt glaze, which is basically just Greek yogurt and protein powder, tasted really good, probably because my protein powder is vanilla flavored. But I didn't like the combo of a yogurt glaze with pancakes. And again, the amounts were a bit skewed, I think. 6 ounces of yogurt to 1 portion of pancakes, it was just too much. Another recipe I tried was the all-American tuna, and it was a tuna salad you eat on toast. I ended up not making a sandwich out of it. I just had like every other bite, toast and bread and salad, and I really liked this recipe. I thought it was really good. Again, the protein was a bit crazy. The recipe called for 3 cans of tuna in this salad. I added 1 can of tuna, and that was enough. I might try it again with 2 and see how that goes, but 3, that's too much for me. One of the struggles I've had recently with food is because I'm not measuring the macros, I feel a bit uncertain of the food that I'm eating. For example, with the all-American tuna. Because I had 2 cans less of tuna as compared to the recipe, should be 3, I only had 1. I felt like I need to eat more protein. I need to get more food in my body. Also hunger, like I felt a little bit more. Not right away. I tried to give, after dinner, give myself some time before for anything. But I did add a snack later on, a protein shake that I do quite often, which is just milk, frozen banana, frozen blueberries, and protein powder. So good, by the way. But then my struggle is that I don't know if I undereat at dinner and then overeat at snacks. So I'm not worried about what I'm eating so much. I feel I'm doing really well with what I'm eating. It's more an uncertainty about the amounts and the macros, which then gets me thinking maybe I should start tracking my macros, because that would make it a lot more clear what's going on, of course. But if I started doing that, I know I'd probably quit really soon because it's too much work for me, at least as it is right now. So I'm going to continue what I'm doing currently, which is taking photos of everything I eat. That's working really well for me. I'm only sharing them here for now on this YouTube. I'm not sharing them anywhere else. It's not like I'm on food Instagram or anything like that. But I take the photos from me. and it does help. It helps me control what I eat because I make a plate and then I eat that plate or part of it. I also end up taking 2 pictures of the food, the plate before and the plate after if I leave any food. It helps me train to leave food on the table, on the plate, which is not something I grew up with. You finish your plate. That's my whole childhood. So that's really been helpful to relearn my brain that it's okay to leave food on the plate, finish when you're feeling good and full, like you don't have to finish everything. It's also fun to look back at the photos and to realize what I have been eating, and I do think that further down the line this is going to be really interesting to compare, like, okay, what I'm eating in like maybe 3 months time versus now, what are the changes, and have those pictures in my archives. Let's talk about the community. There's a Discord channel, we're all in it, and people ask questions and talk to each other, and I'm not feeling as engaged with the channel this week as I was the first week. I still go in and check it at least once a day. So, I'm involved in it, but I'm not engaging as much. However, I gained 2 accountability partners. Last week I mentioned 3, but 2 of them we've connected even more this week. And we start having check-ins and we start talking more. And the more I get to know these other people and they get to know me, the more comfortable we are with each other and we can share things, and it feels really good, actually. So I'm getting support from the accountability partners that I gained through the channel, more so this week than just generally talking with people in the channel. They did finally post the challenge for June. Posted it on Monday. It started Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You could choose sort of so that you got some time to get into it to start it. And the challenge for this month is weight loss. So it's just who can lose the most weight percentage by June 30th. And I'm not really keen on that sort of a challenge, and I'll explain why. The challenge before was called, I think they call it just the step challenge. To walk as many steps as you can, or as many, if you want to win, do the most on these step machines at the gym. I don't know if there was an alternative for actually walking up steps in buildings, but that was before I got in. I just entered toward the end of that challenge, which was May. And that sort of a challenge is within people's control. The person who does the most effort, who walks the most steps, will win the challenge. This sort of a challenge is more of a lag indicator. If you've heard these terminology before, lead indicator, that's like measuring results, but you measure what you can control, like the action. Lag is the results you get, but not from the specific actions that you take. It's just results, like weight loss or like results on a test in school. You can measure how much you study, and then you can measure the results of the test, but you don't know, what the teacher is going to give you. There's some variables in the lag that you can't control. And that's what the weight loss challenge is. The person who puts most effort in is not necessarily the person who's going to win. And I'm not, that doesn't really excite me. However, I decided to join anyway, to join that challenge for June. And hopefully people just being excited about being in the challenge is going to be enough for me to benefit and get pumped about continuing this journey. And then we'll see for next month what the next challenge will be. One of the major things I've been working on is a morning routine for myself. I feel already after 2 weeks how much this has helped. And it is something I really want to continue working on. It's not part of the weight loss program from what I've seen in all the different lessons and instruction, but I do feel it's going to be really good for me. And it is a morning routine where I get up and I go to the gym or I take a walk before I have breakfast. I have been holding this new routine since June 1st, so I'm really happy. 2 weeks in, I'm still holding it. And I want to make it a routine. I want to make it a habit, because I can feel how big of an impact it has. I think it has definitely a direct impact with the weight loss, but also in the way I feel. With the walks, for example, I used to take this walk, I still do, where I go up this huge hill, and it's on the way end of the walk. I walk for like 15-20 minutes, and then I take the hill and head back, so it's not close. It's a bit further away. And I used to have to pause multiple times on the way up this hill, and at the top I'm just tired, like exhausted, and then I walk home. But now I took this walk just yesterday. Well, yes, yesterday. And yes, I was tired when I got up and I was panting, but I realized I had not taken pauses, maybe like a short one, but not like before. And even though I was panting and tired, I wasn't exhausted. So I could really feel it in my body already, how the effects of just training made me feel better. And of course, in combination with the food and all of that. So I'm really happy about it. I want to continue to focus on getting this routine down and this habit into my life, because I think it would really help me with weight loss, but also just to be healthier. For the results, other than the way I feel, I also have weighed myself and I'm down 2.6 pounds since last week. Really happy with that, which is 1.2 kilos about. Excited, but also weary, because I do fluctuate a lot in weight, so I don't quite trust the weight loss until I've kept it off for probably a couple more weeks. In summary, week 2 has gone really well. I'm continuing to follow the program, although deviating a little bit to the better, adapting to me and my lifestyle. Next week, the focus is going to be on the workout program. I know I'm going to want to switch it up after next week, so there'll be a lot of evaluating. How does it feel? How did it work? How can I do it better? Looking at the other workout programs offered by Peachfit in the weight loss program, Fat to Jack, that I've purchased, that I'm doing. Comparing, seeing what's good for me, and hopefully finding a new program that I keep saying a lot of program. You get what I'm saying. Preparing for week 4 and sort of the next 3 weeks of whatever workouts I'm going to be doing. See you next time.